Hey, welcome back to my spiritual therapy. It's Miss Mooka, your spiritual therapist. So I'm coming to give you a verse that God has been showing me, and it's basically pointing out that I need not to follow the lusts of the world, so like worldly, fleshly desires, things like that. So I'm gonna read the verse and give you what the definitions is of it. But I also want to say I just read Proverbs chapter 31, and it starts out with the king's mom giving him a prophecy of what a king should be doing versus what he shouldn't be doing. And basically she's schooling him on what not to do to destroy himself as far as women and drugs, or not drugs, I'm sorry, alcohol. But I think drugs and alcohol go with this for our day now, because it's basically anything that's mind altering that gets you out of God's path, So alcohol in our day is drugs and alcohol. So this is what he's been trying to tell me, to quit the drugs and alcohol. And so I want to put it out here, because if he's telling me it, he's more than likely telling everybody else that you need not to rely on those worldly, fleshly desires, but on him and his love. So this is what he's teaching me, and I'm learning. I'm not perfect. I'll be doing the same worldly stuff too. It's me. It's just I'm trying to get out of all the worldly stuff and follow him truly. So it's a process. It takes time. It takes him building this up in you and teaching you it every day and having you do it, and him giving you reminders when you're slipping or falling or getting off the path that he's put you on. So this is what he's telling me, because after the baby I went right back to drinking. And I could only drink beer because my stomach, after I healed it of the acid reflux, I couldn't go back to like drinking heavy alcohol and wine. The only thing that would sit right in my stomach is beer, because it's so thin, like watery. But of course I'll be using the bathroom a lot, drinking that and water. But it's my last resort, and he even telling me to quit that. So I'm gonna be just back to my teas and water. But yeah, so I'll read what he's telling me. And I know it's for my own good too, not just for worldly lusting and stuff, but also for health reasons too. Because he's working me through my health journey as well, which I'll probably get to documenting that on my personal channel, the wellness journey he got me on. But when you go to God and you're on his path and you're doing everything spiritual, he will get you right, tune you up so you're pure like him. And so you got to stop all the worldly stuff, the outrageous foods. I know this is heavy for me, the food and the drinking and the smoking. So he wants that done. So this is what I'm about to read, is 1 John chapter 2 verses 16, because I was getting the number 216. And hold on, let me make sure she quiet. Okay, this is short, so I'm gonna just try to get it done before she go all acting up. Okay, so 216 is the number I've been getting, what God has been showing me. So I looked that up. The Bible verse that kind of I feel like he was calling me toward is 1 John chapter 2 verse 16. For all that is in the world, the lust of the flesh and the lust of the eyes and the pride of life, is not of the Father, but is of the world. And 17 says, and the world passeth away, and the lust thereof, but he that doeth the will of God abideth forever. So basically he's saying that the worldly things is gonna kill you, but if you go to God, you gonna be here forever. You're not gonna die like the destruction you get from the drinking, the smoking, the lust, the pride, all of that. So this is the message that he's been giving me. And so I Googled it just to get a better definition of, I didn't even Google it. When I popped it up, it gave me the verse, and then it had its own little definitions of it. So Google said this verse serves as a warning against becoming consumed by worldly temptations rather than the love of God. The verse breaks the corrupting influences of the world into 3 distinct categories. And so for me, yes, God has been telling me that, and it's for me to become better, to be on his type of time, basically, where you're pure, you're lusting. I don't even want to use lusting, but you're seeking him, you're wanting him. When you're feeling these type of feelings and you want to go to drugs and alcohol or lust lusting stuff of the world or fleshly stuff, whatever you desire, he wants you to come and desire him, to come to him, to replace him with those things, those worldly things. Of course, that's what he's saying to me, and so I'm putting a message out because I know that's what he's saying to everybody else too. And it's like Google put those three distinct categories. The first category is the desires of the flesh or the lust of the flesh. The second category is the desire or lust of the eyes. And the third one is the pride of life. So the first one, the desires or lust of the flesh, this is the craving for physical gratification and self-indulgence. So the drugs, the alcohol, sex, whatever you run to that's worldly, that's not of God, that God, because he wants you to run to him, to seek him when you're feeling this way. So whatever you're doing that's not of him, that you're not seeking him, he wants that dead. So like for me, alcohol, and it's just like, or the beer, it's like calm and soothing, but he want me to rely on him for the calm, the soothing. And this could be anything: physical gratification, self-indulgence, whatever you indulge in, whatever satisfies you or gives you some kind of comfort, attention, food, anything like that is really lust of the flesh. And then the lust of the eyes is the temptation to covet and chase after everything you see. So wanting something other people has, everything you look at, where it's a beautiful woman, beautiful man. Hold on. Okay, dang, I had to sneeze 3 times. That's so funny. But the lust of the eyes, the temptation of strongly desiring something over strongly desiring God. This could be anything. Like you see something, you want it. You see a new car, you want that. You see a better car, you want that. You see a man or a woman, you want that person. You see another beautiful man and woman, you want that. You want to keep going after whatever you see that's appealing to the eye out here in the world. And God is saying, no, don't chase after that, chase after him. And then the third distinct category, or the third thing that he said to stay away from, is the pride of life. So this is the boastful reliance on wealth, achievements, or status rather than humility. So then this is just like, money, cash, cars, hoes, whatever dudes be saying now. Females with they niggas, all of this. This is what God is saying. Even like school, education, degrees and stuff, status, high ranking status, being rich, getting at all the rich parties, seeing around rich people, or going around rich people. All of this, he don't want you chasing out. He wants you chasing after him, seeking after him, boastful about him. And he will give these things. It doesn't mean that they're bad and that we can't have them. It means that, the love of money is the root of all evil. So if we love these things, that's where he's saying we're putting these things before him. And it's idolatry, and it's coveting, and it's sins is going to lead us there. And so those two things are the commandments. He don't want you coveting, which is like strongly desiring something where you got to have it, everything you see, everything you feel, everything you lust after, crave, or these high achievements and stuff. And I think he's also telling me not to do this, because I know he pulled me out of school, stopped me from going to college. He changed my whole direction, and I didn't even feel like I was lusting after. I just felt like I was being ambitious and trying to go achieve something. But even doing that is putting that stuff before God. So he's turned me all the way around. So I know what's left for me is the fleshly stuff. Of course, I'm celibate again, so I stopped sex, and I'm abstaining from a lot of things like sugar. Food wise, he's getting me together for my health and wellness as well. And so, but everything else, I think he's telling me, that I have stopped doing. And also when he's getting ready to bless me with my true riches, my true honor, my true life, then he doesn't want me to go resort back to these things. So he's teaching me what not to do and breaking me from the things that I may be doing in these categories, which is lusting of the flesh. But I'm not really prideful. I'm not really lusting of the eyes anymore. I'm not going after everything I see. It's just I want certain things. I want luxurious things, but I'm going to God to get them, not trying to go after them myself and do it in my own strength and put these things or money or status or people or whatever looks good or self-indulgence before him. So I'm not trying to do none of that no more. I'm trying to do what he wants me to do. So he's guiding me with giving me these verses, showing me where to look at in the Bible, studying those things so that I can change my life to be more like my life in the Bible. So yes, 1 John chapter 2 chapter 2 verse 16 through 17. Stop lusting after things of the flesh, things of the eyes, and being prideful. And this is the message that I was getting along with the end of Proverbs and being a virtuous woman. Of course, he is making me be a virtuous one. I know y'all been hearing her this whole time, and yeah, she right beside me. She just chilling us. She ain't really fussing and just babbling like she been doing. And so, but yeah, I think this is a clear message for me to stop the things that I am doing and don't resort back to these things that he pulled me from once I get to the riches and the status and the high place he's getting ready to put me. But see, he needs to put us there, not us try to chase after it. And because I was trying, I was striving to be the behavior doctor. I started off as the behavior therapist, and I was going to keep going with college to go all the way up to become a behavior doctor. And it just didn't work out. It's like God stopped every part of it. And it's crazy. He even stopped high school for me. I didn't get to finish high school. I didn't get to finish college, but that's not the path that he want me on. He want me doing these things for him, and he gonna give me the career that he want me to have. So it's probably like, I think what it is like a spiritual doctor, a spiritual therapist versus the behavior one that I was trying to become. He wants me to be a spiritual one. I ain't mad at that. It's going to, take me higher anyway. Whatever God wants for us, his plans for us, his thoughts for us is way better than what we could plan or what we could think or what we can achieve to be. So I'm letting him take over. And with him taking over, I got to cut some things or walk away from some people, walk away from some places that no longer serve me. And by that, I mean no longer benefiting me or making me feel good. I need to resort to God to feel good and be better and all that. So again, I'm still learning too. It's not an age limit where you will have it down. It's a lifelong process. He's setting us up to become something great, and that takes, if not a lifetime, it takes half of a lifetime or 3/4 of a lifetime. It takes a while, and you never stop learning from God. The prophets and prophetesses in the Bible, the kings in the Bible, they were old. And when they were doing God's deeds and when he went to them to get them to learn, they were very old, and he was still teaching them as they lived up their life period. So it's a lifelong process. Don't feel like you got to know everything right here now. You just need to start somewhere and keep going the way God wants you to go, and stopping the way the world wants you to go, the way the government wants you to go, the way society wants you to go, the way family, friends, other people want you to go, and start focusing on what God wants, because he'll put it in you. And if you let him change you, if you let him lead you and guide you, you'll change into who he's called you to be, who he's always wanted you to become. But it takes, giving up what you want, dying to yourself for real, and letting him take over your life. And it's not easy. You see how I've been going through things and getting through things and battling things. It's not easy. And then when you mess up, you still have to deal with the consequence of that behavior that you had. And so the hard times are going to come from the mistake, but you learn from it and you keep growing. So, all right, that's all I want to say. I'm finna go try to feed this child. Thanks for listening.